Observe the situation above. Why does the body of this car start to rust? How is the rust formed? Is this a chemical or physical reaction? At the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the reactivity of metals with water. The car starts to rust because it was exposed to air and rain. Air and water react with metal, and the metal starts to rust. Do all metals react with water, oxygen, and other chemicals such as acid? Most metals react with water, oxygen, and acid, but the reactivity is different. We will focus on how metals react with water in this lesson. What can you observe when reactive metals such as calcium react with water? It will react vigorously and produce gas bubbles during the reaction. Do you know what gas is released during the reaction? Can you identify the gas? Hydrogen gas is released during this reaction. We can conclude that metal reacts with water to produce metal hydroxide and hydrogen. Will these two metals react faster or slower compared to calcium? Check the respective experiment to find out more about it. From the experiment, can you arrange the three metals from low reactivity to high reactivity with water? Both experiments show different reactivity when reacting with water. We can arrange the metal according to their reactivity as from low reactivity to high reactivity. The arrangement is magnesium to calcium to sodium. The condition in which the reactions occur is one characteristic that can be used to describe the reactivity of metals with water. Table 1 shows the condition of reactivity of metals with water. From the table, we can conclude that the reactive metals will react vigorously in cold water. Metals such as magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, and tin will react in steam. Lead, copper, argentums, and aurums do not react even in water or steam.
Click on any metal to investigate the reactivity with water. From the activity, we can conclude that the reactivity of metal with water can be arranged according to the metals. Drag and drop the metals into the boxes according to the increasing reactiveness of the metals with water.
Your answer is correct.
Click the correct answer. The table shows the results from the reaction of metals P, Q, R, and S with water. From the table, arrange the metals with decreasing reactivity with water. A. PQRS. B. QRSP. C. RPQS. D. RQPS.
Your answer is correct.
What gas is produced from the reaction of metals with water? A. Oxygen. B. Nitrogen. C. Hydrogen. D. Carbon dioxide.
Your answer is correct.
The diagram shows the reaction of potassium with water. Which observation is not correct? A. It burns with a bright flame. B. The blue litmus paper turns red. C. It moves on the surface of the water. D. The reaction produces a hissing sound.
Your answer is correct.
Which word equation is correct for the reaction of calcium with water? A. Calcium reacting with water produces calcium oxide and oxygen. B. Calcium reacting with water produces calcium oxide and hydrogen. C. Calcium reacting with water produces calcium hydroxide and oxygen. D. Calcium reacting with water produces calcium hydroxide and hydrogen.
Your answer is correct.
Arrange these three metals in order of increasing reactivity. A. Magnesium, calcium, sodium. B. Calcium, magnesium, sodium. C. Sodium, calcium, magnesium. D. Sodium, magnesium, calcium.
Your answer is correct.
Q is a metal that is placed below sodium in reactivity series of metals. It sinks in water and will react vigorously. Click each line to check your answer. A. What is Q? Calcium. Write a word equation for the reaction. Calcium reacting with water produces calcium hydroxide and hydrogen. C. How can we test Y gas to know what it is? Using a lighted splinter which produces a pop sound. D. Why can't we pick a metal like sodium with our fingers? Because it is so reactive with water and might burn our fingers if wet. E. Name other metals that will react more vigorously with water than Q. Sodium and potassium.
In this lesson, you have learned about the reactivity of metals with water. We saw the comparison between the reactions of sodium, calcium, and copper with water. What are the products of reaction? What are the chemical tests for the products? What are the conditions for reactions of metals with water?
The heavy metal problem in pool and aquariums has never been adequately addressed. Numerous people have turned to metal gone, an African mineral, to solve this problem in fresh and salt water. Click the Info button to know how the metal gone solves the problem of heavy metal. Metal gone prevents and controls staining by removing iron and other stain-causing metals from and lessens the formation of nitrites and nitrates in fresh water. It also absorbs phosphorus in aquariums to diminish algae growth and as an ideal filter additive to prevent unexplained fish deaths.